today I want to just chat for a little bit about how we can lean into a present moment. We hear that a lot, right? Like just be present in the moment. What does it mean to be present in the moment, though? What do we get from it, and how do we do it? And I really believe that this is an important aspect, because if we aren't present, if we aren't bringing our consciousness to each moment in every way that we can, then we're missing out. The degree to which we live life is the degree to which we can be in the present experience, in the present moment. And anytime we're evading the present moment, we are evading our experience of life. And and if we want to, especially, in these times where there's an opportunity, an invitation for, there might be a lot of things going on, but probably at least some opportunity for connection, some opportunity for joy, some opportunity for rest, right? Like anything that any aspect when we are shifting out of a normal routine, when we are maybe moving through life in a slightly different way, which happens during times of during breaks, right? During times of holiday, during times of celebration, during times of just taking a break, which most people, I would guess, have some aspect of that. There's an opportunity to get nourishment from life in a way that maybe isn't as, I do think it's available on a daily basis, but we have these greater opportunities. So how do we get what we can from them and nourish ourselves from it in the greatest way possible? So here's some things to think about in that. Um, of course, the our present moment is really aligned with our central column of energy. So if you picture that column of light that runs from root to crown, from crown to root, that is the center of our being, the center of our chakras. That is when we are in that as much as possible. That is when we are most in our present experience. So if you think of your chakras, we've talked a lot about like the field around us, and when our energy is pulled in different directions, when our energy is kind of scattered around, um, we are less in the present moment, less in the present experience of ourselves. So you can visualize bringing that energy in, pulling it in, honing it into the river of light between the crown and the root, and see what that does to bring an element of calm, to bring an element of awareness, to just bring that energy into your central column. And notice, when you get more attuned with your energy field, if you've been working with it for a while, you'll know what I'm talking about. If the energy is kind of like out in front of you, if the energy is behind you, where a lot of your energy is sitting, people often experience, like if they're in worry or anxiety, or kind of in this future orientation of their mind, their energy is often out in front of them. And you can actually even like pull it back in, visualize it coming from this forward um, idea of what might happen. I'm so worried that this is going to happen. I have anxiety about this happening. That's what anxiety is, right? It's an idea of what the future holds. Pull it back into center. Feel that energy come from out in front of you back into your central column. And then if it's behind you, it's often kind of this storied, like a story from the past. It's something that happened in the past. It can almost feel like a weight behind us, or like kind of like a depressive quality. And if you're experiencing that, again, same thing, feel your energy pull back to center, pull back into that central column. If everything feels scattered, you feel pulled in a million directions, take a few deep breaths and visualize the energy pieces that are around you coming back into that central column of light. Just doing that visualization will help to draw you into the present moment, the experience that is now. And then it's really important to notice, just to know, that's a way, something we can work with to pull it back into center, but notice What makes you want to, maybe not even want to, what makes your energy scatter? What makes your energy go into worry, anxiety, into the future? What makes your energy fall back into the past? What are the parts of life that maybe require a little bit more attention, maybe could use a little healing, that are pulling you out of your center? And that's something that you can become conscious of and say, okay, I'm going to explore that, right? Like maybe I can't explore it in this moment, but I'm going to put it on my radar um, to, to work with. But in this moment, can I love what is arising? Can I accept and hold what is arising? Kind of with that same thing of like, this is happening. I'm going to deal with it. But in this moment, I'm going to deal with it at some point. But in this moment, all I can do is accept what's happening. I can embrace it. I can have that radical acceptance for this is the moment, and I'm going to offer my acceptance, offer my love to what is coming up for me, rather than kind of like let my energy flow to somewhere where it's not as present, where I don't have to experience it as fully, right? I'm experiencing it in this kind of like accessory kind of way, adjunct kind of way, because I'm letting it flow out of me. I have the most conscious experience of something when it's in my center. So Matt Kahn has this amazing quote, which is so simple. It just is, whatever arises, love that. Whatever arises, love that. And when we can love whatever arises, we can keep our spectrum of experience open. Because if I'm keeping my field tight, if I'm keeping my willingness to feel, my willingness to experience the present moment, um, if I am keeping it tight at all, if I'm keeping it constricted at all, if I am, making sure that I don't have a full experience in this way, I'm also not going to have a full experience in this way. If I'm not willing to fully experience the pain that might come, I'm also not going to be able to fully experience the joy that might come. And so we keep it into the full spectrum of our present experience, and we make ourselves more available to experience all of the things that arise. Whatever arises, love that. Be willing to feel it, to experience it. And on that note, the center is the energy that we are experiencing in the present moment, but we experience the fullness of something through the sensation of the body. So when we allow that experience, the present moment experience, to be fully in our center, so we are drawing it in, allowing ourselves to be fully present with it. Um, we can often keep it like in the mind, kind of keep it like a little bit faster in us. So when we slow it down, we're not just thinking about what this experience is. I'm not just like understanding this is the moment I'm in my mind. I'm allowing it to fully sink into, to slow down, take slow deep breaths, to allow that energy to move all the way down through me, to slow down and allow myself to experience it in my body through the sensation of the body. So you'll know that you are in the full experience of a present moment when your energy is drawn into center and when you can feel sensation in your body. Does this experience in this present moment make my body have chills? Does it make my heart race? Does it make me feel warm? Does it make me feel tight? Does it make my pelvic floor like tense up? Like, what is the sensation in my body? And that's when you're fully dropped into the experience of the moment. And then you can, from that sensation, we begin to have some feelings. We make sense of it through emotions, through letting that experience, that embodied experience, begin to like tell us what that means for us. And then we work our way back up into like, how do I want to take action with that? What do I need to say about that? But it's coming from dipping into that full sensation oriented experience of the present moment rather than just from the faster movement of our mind. So, to finish, this is a poem that most people are familiar with, but I think it really embodies what I've talked about. I want to just end with this today. So, this is um, The Guest House by Rumi. This being human is a guest house. Every morning, a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight, the dark thought, the shame, the malice. Meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond.